Well, it's pretty late, and I'm still playing with this. I'll back the camera up in a minute to show you what's happening. But I'm trying to get this thing, this painting, comfortable with itself. And you know, as you can see, I'm filling in some rocks now, painting some rocks in, but they all, I don't know, to me they kind of look, they still look very weak. And that's because they are. So I'm monkeying around. Yeah, it's late, and I haven't had the most productive day because I failed at a lot of my attempts to, you know, satisfy my own sort of imagination regarding these rocks. Tomorrow is a very busy day, and I likely won't, well, you never know, but I likely won't see it tomorrow. So I thought I would just upload this tonight. And we'll see what happens. You know, I painted these in, and they're very low value. It's okay, but they do need some life to them, because I can't have, again, this whole bottom area being dark. It needs to have some punch to it. So I'm going to take a bit of a risk here, and I'm using raw umber now and a little bit of ultramarine blue, and I'm adding a hint of yellow ochre to pick up some of the light that's above this, just to bring it into the rock a little bit, just to maybe say, okay, you know, I'm here, don't ignore me. And putting some design into it, because frankly, so far it's been a cowardly approach. I don't mind admitting that, because it does happen. Don't tell me it never happens to you. Well, you can tell me that, but I won't believe you. And I'm not going to be finishing these rocks at the moment. I'm just trying to sort of bring them closer to what I'd like. And I might fail, and that's okay. You fail and you try, and you fail and you try. And then sometimes you try and you win. Sorry, I shouldn't say you fail and you try. I should say you try and you fail. brought it up a little bit. I don't know, it might be still too weak, I'm not sure. But one thing I can assure you of is that I will keep trying. Even when I fail, I will just keep trying. Hmm. Okay. And then you get to a point where you think, well, you know, am I overworking it? Anyway, honestly, the only reason I'm doing this right now is indeed, you know, as I mentioned, tomorrow's a really busy day, and I don't know how much time I'm going to spend on this. You know, we don't have a very high value here, but we have a high chroma. I'm going to need to adjust this a little bit. Let's blur that line. Okay. I'm boring myself to death. And I think what I need to do is go and get a good sleep and revisit this with fresh eyes so that my decisions are not so timid. But all in all, it's still heading in the right direction. You know, I like it. I think we're doing the right thing. Let me just back the camera off a little bit. And again, square off. Okay, so I've kind of begun to fill in that the area that I made very dark last night. You know, yes, of course, I see, you know, I see that this looks very amateurish. I see that this rock is floating on top of this bit of grass here. I see all those things. But those are easier to fix than getting the right strength of stroke on the tops, you know, picking up some light from above. So we'll get to that later. We'll get to a whole bunch of stuff later. I've thinned these trunks off. Well, okay. Again, I've done a bunch of small stuff that's not worth mentioning. That trunk's painted in. Not too dark, not too light, I think. I still have this, you know, this is still going on. I like this movement like this, you know, we come down, we come across, and off we go. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, still heading in the right direction. See you soon, guys.